Hey everybody, Sandy here, aka Montilio, and we're back for round 3 of a Vintage League. We are playing Hogak Liss Bazaar today. And we won the die roll, which is great. Yeah, can't keep that. Bye-bye powders. How do I feel about this hand here? I have a turn 1 Collector Roof, which is, it's okay. Deathrite Shaman's pretty good. I think I'll keep this one. We don't have a Bazaar, but we can play the bug game here. Like, I think Nathan has a moderate amount of range, but I know they like decks like YaviVine. I've seen them play Oops All Spells. I think as legacy player, they like Oops All Spells, and they certainly do play it in Vintage as well. But they also play a moderate amount of Brews as well. So yeah, I think this is fine. Certainly, I think being on the play here makes this somewhat more viable. My opponent knows that we're playing a Bazaar strategy because we have powders. Now, what is more vital here? Like, if they're on YaviVine, I want to play the Deathrite Shaman first. But if they're not on YaviVine, I think Collector Roof is the more powerful play. So I'm going to do the Collector Roof here. And if for whatever reason they force a will my Mox here, I mean, it's a pretty easy Deathrite Shaman. Now, whether I want to play Besage or Cradle is a whole nother issue. Because this against something like YaviVine is not ideal, because it turns on their Bazaars as well to cast and pump Root Wallas. Now we're going to see the implications of this card as this tournament goes forward. But I do think Collector Roof is probably the correct line. If it's Oops, I'll feel really bad about it. Where it's awkward is if it's Bazaar. I am feeling somewhat compelled to Wasteland them the following turn. You know what? I have changed my mind. I have changed my mind. I think the upside is much better playing the Deathrite Shaman turn 1 because of this is Bazaar that we're playing against. It's just so vital. Like, I lose if I play the Collector Roof. That's the problem. Whereas if I don't play the Collector Roof first, there's a chance that if it is an artifacts deck, like an Oops All Spells, PO deck, that I could recover potentially. I just think that the likelihood of me recovering if I play the Collector Roof first and it is Bazaar is low. And if I do play this first and it resolves, it could be a game-winning line for me, right? That I'm able to potentially control their graveyard next turn in addition to wastelanding them. So, let's see. It's in. Let's see what we're up against here, guys. Hopefully we made the right decision. My opponent did mulligan as well. In addition, if it is all Oops All Spells, Deathrite Shaman can be relevant there as well, because it can eat their Oracle. They've conceded the game, so they're not sharing what they're doing. So, very interesting. So, I'm not really sure what they're playing. Guess I'll play some Mindbreak Traps. Like, maybe I just don't want to go that much in. Like, I just, in truth, really have no idea what I'm playing against. That's the problem. If it is Oops All Spells, Leyline is pretty good. And it's also very good against Bazaar. No idea at all how good Mindbreak Trap is in this situation. I'm kind of hedging a little bit. No, but it. I beg your pardon, if I don't have a Bazaar, these Mindbreak Traps could be really lousy. I think I just have to. Hope it's not. Let's try something like this, guys. Could be PO we're playing against. It could be a whole bunch of things that are like I can't imagine my opponent conceding the game if they were playing PO, but we just hedged a little bit here. I think Leyline of Void is a reasonable hedge against two decks that I know the opponent does like. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's a little bit awkward, but we do have Force of Vigor, which makes it somewhat viable, so I'm going to keep it. And see what my opponent's up to. Seems reasonable. City of Traders, interesting. Oh, so we're playing against a Moon deck here. Yeah, I mean, the card's pretty bad for me. Yeah, we're playing against a Blood Moon deck. This card is going to wreak havoc on me, but Leyline. All right. It's a big boy already. Yep. I can figure these things if I need to. I do think I am going to Vigor. And the reason being is I want to be able to Noxious Revival Leyline on the top of their library. It's going to be hard for me to beat Lalea, though, from this position, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, it's already quite a bit out of range here. This is definitely a scary deck, though. Moon, yep. Moon is a problem. I forgot to put Leyline on top. Moon just outright beats me here. Okay, I did not get punished. I'm very lucky. It's going to be a 6/6 next turn. Jesus. This thing, I just can't really catch it. The Bazaar would do it for me, but I can't really catch up to it. We can get it next turn. But I'm getting perilously low on life, and I can no longer Noxious Revival. I forgot to attack there. I was checking my phone and got distracted. Just have to hope he doesn't have it. Yeah, I can't use the revival anymore. That is 100% fine. Gave up 3 damage there, sadly, though. I can use my revival to be hard cast. I mean, oh wow. Okay, they got me there for sure. All right. Yeah, turn one Leia, just good enough. Had I had a Bazaar, I think that would have been different, but I did not keep that type of hand. All right, so I do think we want a basic forest. I do think we want a chalice on the play. I don't really know if they're playing Wasteland. Collector Roof seems fine. Don't think we want ley lines though. I don't really know what I think of this Life from the Loan in this type of a match. It's a moon effect that we have to avoid. Force of Vigor is our best card there, but where we're really vulnerable is to Magus of the Moon. There's not much I can do about that. I think this is fine. Just have to hope we have a powerful start. Looks good to me. See if they have the ley line this time. It's a nice looking hand. I don't think Mental Misstep's probably great, but let's see. I'm gonna do this now. See what we can find. Interestingly, I found a snow-covered forest. Interesting. Or do I want a wasteland? I'm going to just take the snow-covered forest here and hedge my bets a little bit. My hand is not looking great, but hopefully this Bazaar will shape it up a little bit. Like, obviously the hollow one is very key here. Love to find a second one. Gives us a little bit of insurance against Lalea. I don't think my opponent's deck has any counter spells. But the Moon Dex is something that my opponent has been playing around with quite a bit. Wow, what a baller hit. That was exceptional. Now we do need to be able to beat a Tabernacle. Tabernacle is going to really wreak havoc on what I'm doing here, but misstep, okay. Could have used my misstep there, but we'll hold on to it here. I'm not too worried about a root wall at this stage in the game. So if they slam a moon here, yeah, it's crappy, but I guess does Beseiju hit enchantments? Yep. So I guess that beats Blood Moon. Okay, so they got Fury. Yeah. Okay. Get that into play here to stop them from doing any shenanigans. If they were holding any fast mana. Yeah, all right, we got it. Yeah, I think we ran pretty well there. The turn one Alea, I honestly don't feel like we were just able to catch up without the Bazaar. And of course, part of the reason my opponent's running no Force of Wills because they're able to support things like, four main deck Furies. And Fury just is going to blow you out of the water every time. In that sort of scenario, it took us 4 turns to be able to catch up to the Lilea to the point where we were going to have a profitable block. Profitable is not even the right word. We were going to get blown out of the water for our whole board, but it was a trade that we were forced to make. But yeah, I think we played that game to the best of our ability, and yeah, obviously, don't really understand the turn one concession in game one. Game two is the Lilea game, and yeah, we'll take this one. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we're going to see you guys in round 4. Thanks.